There is not enough time for me to tell you about the impact that sports and fitness has had on my life. As a child, I played sports. And then as an adult, it led my education to a master's degree in exercise science. And now my dream job as a physical education teacher at Hope Valley Elementary. Now the benefits that physical activity has had on my life, they may surprise you just a little bit, okay? Because exercise, it's actually not about exercise or sports. That's not the destination. It's like physical activity, it's the tour guide to like the good stuff that life has to offer. In addition to being a PE teacher, I play Mr. Strongly, a YouTube fitness character for kids. His name is Mr. Strongly because being strongly is cool. But being strongly in all of life and everything as a way of life, that's what we want. That's what we want. Well, maybe I can show you a little bit better than I can tell you. So Mr. Strongly's catchphrase and signature move looks a little something like this. Let's get strongly. Okay, maybe those moves look cool to kids, but a fair question would be, what good is that doing you every day of your life? Fair question. So, because I can do those moves, if my toddler runs out into the street, I know I've got the speed to catch him, but more than that, way more than that, I know I can do hard things. I know that if I have some continuing education that I have to do to remain really good at my job, I can do something difficult. I know that if I get into a tough social situation, like talking in front of some people, I'm comfortable in my skin. I'm good. And that's why the least important thing I do as a PE teacher is teach kids how to throw a ball, score a goal. My wife may be the best person that I know. She cannot catch a ball. My 2-year-old son finds that out every single day when he tries. But what I do as a PE teacher and as Mr. Strongly is I let exercise and fitness and sports take kids on a cool journey to some really awesome things like resilience. Resilience. We love resilience, rising above adversity and still having success. We want it for ourselves and our kids. Sporting resilience, that's that thing that athletes get when they come back from injury or they come back from a losing season. Research says that sporting resilience carries over into the rest of life. That sounds good. There was a study with teenagers. They took girls, had them run 800 meters. The faster the girls were, the less likely they were to have experiences of anxiety, depression, ADHD. Boys, they had them do sit-ups. The more sit-ups they could do, they had less occurrences of ADHD symptoms, anxiety, depression. Sounds wild, but it's the research. Exercise, fitness, sports gives our kids healthy connections. We know that the most challenging students for teachers, and I can definitely say this, they're not the ones that are struggling in math skills, literacy skills, and those things are so important. But it's the ones who can't connect with each other, or me. Those are the ones that I find the biggest challenges. And we know that children that are active, whether it be sports or just physical activity, they have better social interactions. They have leadership skills. They have empathy for one another. They have confidence. Research even suggests that those go on to become engaged citizens. They vote. They watch the news. All from some physical activity? Well, also, when kids are active, they can have an increased ability to learn. And I love showing kids that. I love using that because we have exceptional children in our classroom, and we want them to learn and grow. And we are willing to use whatever means we can to get there to help them. Maybe fitness and sports is the way. Striatum is this substance that's found in the brain, and it is in the basal ganglia, and it is increased after aerobic activity. Striatum is linked to increased attention. Do I have your attention now? Myelination is this process where myelin coats axons. It's basically the brain-body connection going efficiently and smooth. And we know active children, that process is really efficient for them. Students, kids that are not as active, that process is slowed down a little bit. Now wait a second. Now we have just talked about resilience. We have talked about healthy connections. We've talked about an increased ability to learn. These are not things that we normally associate with fitness and sports so much. But we have to realize, take a hug. A hug is just a physical reaction, right? You put your arms around another human. No, we know it's so much more than that. We know that when we experience a hug or give a hug, it's mental health boosts, social interaction, it's wonderful, social emotional health to hug people. We know that when we're hungry or tired, those are physical experiences, right? Well, yes, but they also, when I'm hungry, my mental health goes down, my social interactions go down. We are not brains and emotions in a jar. We have a body, and we have to figure out how to use it. Maybe you love going on cruises. Cruises are awesome, but you don't care a thing about boats. You're there for the food, the fellowship, the fun. But you better have a good boat to take you on that cruise. Just like that, we have to deal with our body. So, what do we do with this? How does this help our kids? Well, I know in my time in fitness and health that carving out 60 minutes of playtime or exercise time for ourselves or our kids, that's scary. The American Council of Exercise is calling them movement snacks, little bites of movement that we can just fit into our day easily. How about this? What if we kept fitness, sports, game equipment just nearby in our classrooms, at home, because proximity is the greatest predictor of practice. What if we just said, we're going to move 3 minutes every hour today. Not a big time commitment, but at the end of the day, you've really got something. How about rewards? We like to reward with cupcakes and candies and cookies. What if we rewarded with movement, with games? What if we gamified more things? For instance, ask a group of children, clean up this room. You're not going to get a very motivated crew. But if you tell them, clean up this room, and you have to do it wheelbarrow style, carrying each other's legs, and you're going to see a willing crew, you're going to see joy, you're going to see some really awesome, positive social interactions. If this has seemed a bit odd to you, I think it's because we've always grown up, we've compartmentalized health. Let's do this for our physical health. Let's go to the gym. Let's do this for our mental health. And let's do this for our social health, if we think about that at all. And now we know, research is telling us it's all together. So this isn't about sports, because that's our kids' preferences, right? They may not be into it, and that's fine. But let this be about the physical body being the tour guide to take us to the really good stuff, to take our kids to the really good stuff that life has to offer, to give them full, rich, robust lives. Thank you so much. And of course, as Mr. Strongly would say, let's get strongly.